Dollars and cents. Life has taught me many lessons, but the biggest is about dollars and cents. To be clear, I'm talking about dollars, currency, and how sometimes decisions we make do not make sense. Cambridge Dictionary defines sense as the ability to understand, recognize, value, or react to something, especially any of the five physical abilities to see, hear, smell, taste, and feel. I have not always been the wisest steward over my dollars. I've had my mishaps like many others in their lifetime. I very likely will have more as I experience more life differently with different levels of dollars. You may have heard in some of my other episodes about me explaining my strong desire to transition out of corporate in a traditional way. Well, during some of those moments, I took leaps and risks that I would not normally do. Some of them involved dollars, and at the time, it made sense. But shortly thereafter, it made no sense. I have been blessed to have managed $1 million budgets. I've shared with someone that I was very strict on how I managed that budget. I knew that my mishandling of the budget could be a huge detriment to the lives of those who worked alongside me, and that was a tremendous amount of responsibility. Yet, when it comes to my budget, I have not always thought on a millionaire mindset, as I like to give freely of what I have, and I was okay with that. When did my dollar and cents lesson come about? It showed up during my attempt to work away from corporate America, activate my entrepreneur mindset to get things going. I was going to do this thing. I had 3 pending contracts that would cover my expenses and replace the income I walked away from in corporate. Sounds amazing, right? Well, it was, and I was super excited. The reality was I did something that does not make sense and resulted in costing me and still costing me a lot of dollars today. I did not ink the 3 contracts and I didn't get down payments. I was operating in a very naive entrepreneur mindset and trust. I was so eager to get out of corporate that I screwed myself over, placing myself in a desperate and depressing situation, not making sense of what happened, only to realize that the warning signs were there, that the dollars were not. I ignored the signs for my desire to step out and try this thing on my own. I had some plans, but the biggest problem is counting dollars before you have received the dollars. Yes, we are taught to think about future gains, yet you cannot have future gains if you don't have present gains, and if those present gains are missing in action. What's even sadder is that I would not count the dollars of a deal when I worked in corporate unless the contract was signed and some of the dollars were received. I did not value myself and my talents, abilities, gifts, and skills enough at that time to press pause and get what I knew I needed to have, not to have this type of situation. The other issue was that I was viewing money in the wrong way. I was still operating in a corporate employee mentality and not in an entrepreneur mentality. I am grateful for the big bump on the head and the falling on my behind. Those are 2 sensitive areas that I do not like experiencing trauma in. What I am saying, I don't like experiencing trauma on any part of me. I am operating differently now. If it don't make sense, don't follow just spoken dollars. If they cannot show proof of financial stability, question, does it make sense to move forward? If they get agitated about a deposit, that may not be the deal to pursue. If the contract I am reading and the dollars don't align, it don't make sense to keep going forward. It's not about the money grab for me. It is about being paid for what I do when I provide products and services. I'm in business to earn a profit and one day pay my staff. If what is being said, if the contract agreement is not in alignment, or anything that makes the dollars senseless, we will not be proceeding. The dollars have to make sense to be a viable option for me. There is value to what I provide, and I respect that there will be value added to what was asked of me. What situation did you have where the dollars did not make sense?